In this video, I talked to Lance, a student of ours who landed 2 clients, 8 trials, and $20,000 in just single project work. And he did all this in the 3 weeks during the challenge that I held last month. And he also did all of this using the 8 AI agents that I allow other people to use, even though I built it for my own marketing agency. And the link to those is down below in the description as well as in the pinned first comment. Now, if you don't know, I ran a 3-week challenge pushing over 115 to 120 participants to use these AI agents to help them build their marketing agency. And the top 20 who earned points earned over $18,000 worth of prizes. In this video, Lance is the first one who I interviewed. He came in second place, and he's going to talk about how he landed these 2 clients as well as 8 trials. And by the way, those trials are actually going to be converting, not all of them, but most of them converting into recurring revenue. Instead of me explaining this to you, I interviewed him. It's 12 minutes. It's right to the meat and potatoes. So let's get to it right now. Here's Lance, second place winner of our challenge. Listen, you're going to walk away with some money, I think. You're gonna be happy with that.
I'm very happy.
And then you land, it forced you to land, let's see here. I mean, you already know off the top of your head, but I'm going to look really quick. Because I see you had 6,975 points. All right. You generated 105 Upwork proposals.
And chewed through a bunch of connects.
You started 8 trials?
Yeah, 8 trials, two paid clients.
2 paid clients. Oh yeah, 2 paid clients.
And about 20,000 in single project workflow.
$20,000?
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
In deal flow. And I think I had a screenshot there. I think like there was a chunk of that there was recurring revenue as well. There's some lead gen in there as well. So
nice.
It's starting to come through now, which is good.
So 8 trials. So you converted 2 out of the 8, or is that?
No, they were separate. So there were 2. So two separate paid, and then there's a bunch of trials that are basically getting all onboarded and looked after now. So,
after the fact, so this is a perfect example, converting trials. So after the fact, what would you say due to this challenge? How many clients have you landed because of that? Even though it may have not been in the 21-day window.
Realistically, well, let's say landed the 2. I think there's probably going to be at least 2 or 3 of the trials that are likely to go through. So let's say 5 there. Plus, out of that other deal flow, I expect at least 2 of those to go through. So at 6, 7, where are we at?
Mm-hmm.
Is that 7?
And how did you land them?
The big ones through Upwork.
Nice.
A lot of the trials through just digging up a few like cold referrals, where like I really should have followed those people up. And I'm like, this is the perfect excuse to do it. Because in the last 48 hours of the competition, I'm like, I've got to do something here. And I'm just, it seriously motivated me. And I didn't get a lot of sleep, but I don't know if you figured it out, but I was emailing people. And when they didn't respond to me, I was like, hey, I'm calling you up because did you want to be a part of this or not? Like I did not let people go. So it definitely put a bug up me to kind of go for it. Yeah.
That's all. Listen, that was the whole point of it, is to, sometimes you don't realize how much you actually could do until you have something else, which I always thought was funny, but I was the same. I mean, everybody's the same way. It's like, well, did you need to win a couple $1,000s as like the prize? But the prize is the client, right? You know what I mean? So it's
the prize is the client.
Yeah.
Because I've kind of done some of the other challenges before. Like there's the common thing is there's always that lag. I always like put a bunch of work in, you get some traction, and then it takes time for them to kick in. So usually the couple of weeks after the challenge is the best because people need time to think about moving forward and things like that. So
you shove them in the pipeline and then you get, I saw you posted something like, oh man, I wish the challenge was still going on because you just landed somebody, or what was that?
Yeah. So like it's always the case. It's like you're trying to get people to say yes before the competition's over. But business owners take time. And then sure enough, like a day later, it's like, hey, let's go ahead, or I'm going to sign up later this week. And
Yeah.
That's just always the case. It's always the case.
Nice. And the clients that you did land, what services are you offering?
The majority of them was local SEO, local/AI SEO,
Yep.
and then lead gen. So there was Google Ads. I can't say who for on that one, but it was Google Ads for a client. There's an NDA on one of those. And then there was a big project for a landscaper that had also local SEO attached. And then there was another one for an industrial company, and one more, I think, for a building company.
Nice. And so I'm curious on the Upwork. So because you put in 105 proposals, did you land some work from that too? Maybe not a recurring client, but like one-off work.
There was one that I got through them that turned into a lead gen, which hasn't gone through yet, but it should do. But a highly prospective client, like a good one. There was 3 interviews.
Wow.
I found it to be pretty competitive at the moment largely because I've typically gone for a lot of websites, lead gen / websites, that type of thing. I think there's a lot more people doing websites there at the moment, and it's harder to be seen because there is a bit more traction. So yeah, going local's kind of been a bit more effective recently.
Yeah, get that in your head very early.
Yeah,
I mean, I have I think in my town there's about 55,000 people just in my town, which is not a huge, it's not like, obviously it's not like a New York City or something, but I mean, I literally could in my agency never leave my town and still build a really nice like with 50,000 people. I mean, there's businesses everywhere, landscapers. I mean, there's just so much opportunity in everybody's town, to be honest with you. Now, if you live in a 1,500 population town, I mean, maybe you should go to the next one over. But I would say, like, if you live, where you got 40, 50,000, like, B&I groups. I don't know if they have that in Australia. Do you have like?
Yep.
Yeah. Local, you just become like the go-to local marketer, and then people start, and they just you'll be saying more than you can say yes, to be honest. So you said that
local,
no, I'm saying, like, if you stay local, because that's what you said, right? You basically have been kind of staying local in your clients.
Yeah, like I'll take anything, but the lowest hanging fruit's always close, because close feels familiar feels safe, and people are more likely to say, hey, he's the guy who knows my area.
Yeah.
But I started out a lot local, and just through word of mouth too. I've got clients on the other side of the coast, in quite a few in the States, actually, Canada.
Yeah.
So different approach, but
yeah, that's awesome.
But just definitely, it could just go local.
Yeah. And so we'll end this in a little bit. I guess my question to you is, you used to have a job. Do you not anymore? You quit the job, right?
I quit the job.
So this is what you're doing full time.
Yep.
Full time.
Full time. Do
you do it full time, or do you kind of feel like you have like a lifestyle business?
I'm still very much in what I'm going to call a growth phase. I've still got big ambitions, but I still got plenty of time. I think I had one other person talk to me. They're like, hey, we want to know more about your doing, because you went on a holiday last year, didn't you? And I said, yeah. And I said, not to flex. I said, but I went on 3. I said, last 3 years, I've been on 3-month-long international holidays, twice to the States and twice to Japan. So
you
even
have,
with that, yeah. Last 3 years. Yeah. So
you go like, you take a 3-month vacation?
Oh no, 3 1-month vacations.
But well, still.
Yeah. So like last October, I spent a full month in Florida.
Oh wow.
And then December before that was a month in Japan. So, and that's and I quit my job before that. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize when you were in Florida, you should have let me know. I'm there all the time. I'm back and forth. Yeah. Where'd you go? Where'd you stay in Florida?
Orlando.
Oh yeah.
we just stayed in Orlando. Yeah.
You're married with kids?
Yeah. Married, no kids.
No kids. So just you and your wife?
Just my wife and I. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle business if you do it right. It can be.
It can. I don't get me wrong, there's plenty of times where I'm like, I'm going to work 3 or 4 hours today, and my wife's like, oh, can we do this? I can just drop anything I want and go anytime. So
and you can work from anywhere. So it's like, you know, that's another thing. Like I'm leaving on Tuesday, I'm leaving to go to Turkey I'm going to Turkey with the family. We're meeting my wife's family there. And then I leave and go to Scotland to play golf for 5 days in St. Andrews. And then I fly back to Turkey, and then I fly here. But I'll still work. You know what I mean? Like I'll still do work. And matter of fact, I probably could have done this interview from Turkey because I'd be closer to your time. But this worked out good, actually.
You can definitely go, and you just got to build a bit of a team who can look after things for you, or have people look after, and you can definitely move around. So,
well, I'm going to end with this. First of all, thanks for jumping on. I know it's a late night and stuff. Second place winner. Okay. What did I say in the beginning? I said that you were going to win. Remember?
No, you said top 3. You said top 3.
I did say top 3?
You did say top 3. Yeah.
All right. So I predicted top 3. So I got it right.
Yeah.
Now I'll be interviewing Mary. Wait till you hear what she did and how she landed 20 clients. It's why I'm not saying it's like
a lot of calls, didn't she?
No, she used Facebook groups. It'll be on 20 clients, and they were all I don't want to give it all away, but they were all websites. So whatever. She's gonna jump on with me hopefully on Monday, then I'll post it to YouTube. But thanks for jumping on, man. Second place, that's good. Now I need you to invoice me for the winnings.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah. So send me an invoice for that and I'll get that paid. Yeah. Let me see. I don't even remember what the prizes were. I'm sure you know. What did you win? How much did you win?
I think 2199. I think that was the value of second place. It says it on the right.
What the heck website was that? Local market.
So local marketer group /challenge. That'll have the prizes on it.
Oh, it has it there too.
Yeah.
All right. So
2149 for second place.
2149. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Send me an invoice for $2,149 there, buddy.
All right, I will do.
And I'll get it paid. Thanks. All right. And who knows? Maybe the next one you'll win. I'll give you a little break before I do another one.
Yeah, give me a bit of a break.
If you don't know my email, I'll shoot it to you on Skool.
Okay, great.
And if anybody else wants to get into these challenges and want to join, the link is down in the description. Lance, you're the best. Thanks a lot, man. Talk to you soon.
Great. Thanks, James.
Bye-bye.